Hey, what's up guys, Will here for GSM Arena. The Mi 10T Pro is one of the latest phones from Xiaomi, and is quite a different device from both its predecessor, the Mi 9T Pro, and the other Mi 10 models that came out this year. So, what's the deal with this one? Let's find out in our full review. The Mi 10T Pro is a flagship-grade phone made of premium materials. It's covered in Gorilla Glass 5 on the front and the back, and the rounded frame is made from aluminum. The back is slightly curved and feels comfortable and secure in the hand. Our 10T Pro is in the cosmic black finish, which seems more like a shade of gray. It's super glossy and shiny, almost mirror-like, and fingerprints and smudges are quite visible here. On the front is a tall 6.67-inch display with a 1080p resolution. Unlike the other Mi 10 models, this one is an LCD, not an OLED. And while last year's Mi 9T Pro kept its selfie cam hidden with a pop-up mechanism, this year's model houses it within a visible punch hole. As is the case with LCDs, there is some noticeable backlight bleed around the punch hole if there is something white on screen. But even with these arguable downsides, this display is pretty awesome. It's the first on a Xiaomi device with a super fast 144Hz refresh rate, so swiping the interface or scrolling content looks smoother than ever before. The refresh rate is adaptive to the content on screen, and can go as low as 30Hz to match it. It's really successful at syncing this up, and is one of the best implementations we've seen. In fact, this LCD is one of the best out there. It has great contrast, and though its blacks aren't as deep as an OLED could produce, they're still quite dark. Max brightness is great too, up to 500 nits with a slider, and it can reach 630 nits maximum in auto mode when in bright conditions. Colors aren't too accurate to certain color spaces, but can be made to be acceptable if you tweak them in settings. Finally, we have to mention the MEMC feature, something also found on modern TVs. It adds additional motion smoothness to lower FPS content by inserting extra frames. As far as audio goes, you get a pair of stereo speakers. One sits at the bottom, and the earpiece acts as the second speaker. It's well balanced. The top speaker is just as loud as the bottom one, and vocals sound clear. Bass is lacking though, and loudness isn't too impressive. There is no 3.5mm jack on the Mi 10T Pro, but there is an adapter included in the box. With it, you can plug traditional headphones into the USB-C port. And like the other Mi 10 models, storage isn't expandable here, but you do get 128 or 256 gigs of UFS 3.1 storage on board. For unlocking the phone, there is a side-mounted fingerprint reader rather than an under-display one. It doubles as the power button and is extremely fast and responsive. And if you're tired of accidental touches causing misreads and locking the fingerprint scanner, you can make it so you